Hi everyone, how are you all? Wow, what a time of awakening that we're having. I, oh my goodness, I don't think any of us could have imagined anything which is going on this year. I mean, I remember right at the start of 2020, this year that we're in, that I was recovering, I was getting better, and I was like, wow, I can do things again. I can go out, I can exercise, I have more energy, I can see people again. And it was that kind of energy of movement forward. And then, of course, lockdown happened. So it was like, oh, right, okay, I've got to go in again and I've got to be home again and here again. So it was all of that type of energy which came from nowhere, it seemed. And now, with all of the highlighting of the racial injustices all over the world, it's that kind of form of awakening which is happening, of breaking open of people, of realizations, and yes, of movement forward, of revolution energy. It's like a real kind of energy which is showing itself now to us. And it's interesting because everyone will have different levels of it that they're experiencing and that they're also comfortable with and that they're able to do. So there'll be different layers. Again, I've spoken about that before with the whole COVID-19, how there's so many different layers to it all in aspects of everything. And again, with this awakening that we're all going through, it's that different levels of awakening and breaking open and realizations and all of that, all of that. And it's an interesting time, and it's an important time in history. I'm sure you can feel it just like I can. Let me know in the comments. Let me know how you're doing and how you feel around this all. So I thought we would talk today about self-care and do a little bit of grounding, a little meditation around how you can start doing more self-care for yourself and what that actually means for you. So self-care then is really looking after yourself. Your physical self, your emotional self, and your spiritual self. What things can you do? What little steps can you do which help yourself? So, very simple things to start with. Drinking more water. That's going to cleanse your system. That's going to energize you. That's going to clear out your body. Eat healthier. Make sure you're getting in the fruit and vegetables which are going to help you. And that's also going to help your immune system because we are in this virus situation which impacts the immune system. So the stronger that you can be, the better you're going to be. So eat healthier. Take some vitamins. Make sure that you're looking after your body. Exercise. Exercise is so important for the physical self. Walk more, exercise, move your body. Meditation is amazing for self-care. That inward thought, that going back to yourself, quiet time. During lockdown, we've had so much quiet time, or we've been really the quiet has been highlighted for us with the lack of cars and the lack of noise. So that quiet time is so important. And now, as things start slowly getting back to normal and the more cars on the road and the busier it is outside, you need that quiet time still. So definitely meditation for the spiritual and for the emotional self. Start letting go of more things. So the more we hold on to, the less space we have within ourselves for the things that we want, the things that we cherish. So it's really important to have some kind of letting go routine or ritual that you do. So something which I've spoken about before is the full moon letting go. So when you come up to a full moon, and on the day of the full moon or the day before, start writing down things that you no longer want or need in your life. Things that you're holding on to, things, the emotional things that have been really impacting you. You're thinking about all the time and it doesn't do you any good. It's not making you happy. It's not bringing you any joy. All of those things, write them down, and then when you see the full moon, give them out to the full moon. Let the moon take these from you. So that's a ritual. You're allowing and letting the moon take these things from you. And if it's safe to do so, you can burn that list or you can tear it up. Tear it up, look at the moon, say out your list, and then let it go. And don't think about it afterwards. So don't have a copy of that list anywhere. Don't have that to remind you. You want to let that go. You want it to go. So that's really, really important, letting go. Forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for things which you've done in the past, which others have done to you. Forgive yourself for situations that you've put yourself into. Forgive yourself and allow that energy to really help you. This is all about looking after yourself, and these things are good for the emotional self. So I want to show you some of my cards from the Daily Truth Oracle card deck, just to highlight that even more. So this is the letting go. Letting go of old hurt and pain will set me on a path of healing. So I'll read out the back. So on my cards I have the front with a little affirmation and the picture, the mandala, and then the back, the explanation in more detail. There is a lot of hurt and pain which you are holding on to. Unless you are willing to fully let go, you cannot heal. Start forgiving yourself and the situations you found yourself in. Allow that buried hurt to move through you. Do this in order to heal. That is the simple truth. I let go to heal. And that healing is that self-care for yourself. This one is all about the body and listening to the body. So when you're out of sorts and when your physical body is out of sorts, you know your emotional body is out of sorts too, because everything's linked up. Physical, emotional, and spiritual. So I'll read the other side of this for you. Your body holds clues about your internal self. Listen to your physical body when it feels out of balance. Action the changes needed. And notice your emotional self improve as well as your physical self. Your outer and inner body are wonderfully connected. I listen to my body. And that's really the truth. So with self-care, I always say, do a little bit of physical things, a little bit of emotional things, a little bit of spiritual things. And spiritual things, again, that can be the meditation, that can be journaling, that can be music, anything which is bringing you back to your soul and your spirit and making yourself feel good. I do something called that I call a soul walk. So when I'm walking around, I have either my camera or my phone to take pictures, and I call that my soul walk, because for me, photography, taking pictures really, really speaks to the soul, and especially when there are roses out. So I take a lot of pictures of roses, and that really, really just makes my soul happy, and that speaks to the spiritual self for me, taking photographs and having a soul walk. So for me, it's like being more aware of everything around me, and then taking that picture. Okay, so when I take action, the motivation comes. This is really to do with the movement piece. If you find yourself low in motivation, take a little action. Take a walk, meditate, journal. Take a step towards your intentions and the motivation will come. You will find yourself inspired through taking these small steps and doing them often. Action is good for my motivation. So it's that kind of movement forward. So not thinking that you're doing things and it's not helping you. It is helping you. You're never in a stagnant state. Even if you think you're not doing anything, like if you're meditating and you think, well, actually, I'm just sitting, I'm not doing anything, that internal things which are going on is huge. So there's always that movement, and it's that little bit of action you're taking in order to get that movement. I have one more around healing. I have everything within me to heal. There is wealth inside of you, the deep wisdom of your body, mind and soul, the tools you need to heal. Remind yourself of physical, emotional and spiritual self-care. Move your body, journal, meditate, rest. Be in the moment and listen deeply to the wise self within. You are healing. I heal. And yes, rest. I didn't mention that. So a really good thing to do for self-care is to rest more. And that means go offline, take a nap, spend time with yourself, spend time with some comfort. And when there is so much going on, so every day in the news, every, hour there's something else, there's a lot of energy, there's a lot of new things all the time. It's really important to rest, because as you rest, you get that healing that you need. You get that respite. You get that time to pause, maybe to reflect if you want to journal, or simply to pause, to just take that time to be yourself. Because, before you know it, the next thing will be there. It's a real time of movement and things happening. This time of awakening. Okay, so let's do a little bit of self-care then with some meditation and some grounding. So whenever you're ready, take some deep breaths. Deep breath in through the nose, out through the nose or the mouth, and close your eyes when you're ready. And you can be sitting or you can be lying down, whatever's comfortable for you. Take some nice deep, deep breaths. Allow yourself to be in this moment of time and space. And start allowing your thoughts to come and to go. Acknowledge what you need to. And then let that thought go for later. Or allow it to go. Allow it to go completely. Listening to your breath is a lovely, simple, calm self-care. Deep breath in, deep breath out. And you can always bring yourself back to your breath whenever you need to, or whenever there are more thoughts in your mind. And then when you're ready, start allowing in self-care. What can you do today for your self-care? What are you going to do for your physical self-care? What are you going to do for your emotional self-care? Allow those visuals to come in, not getting overwhelmed by them. Allow a few ideas to come in. See yourself doing them. Being with your energy as you look after yourself more, as you care for yourself more. How does that feel to you, to actually take the time to look after yourself? Maybe you spend a lot of time looking after others, caring for them. What would you do for yourself? What can you do? What can you bring in? And if it becomes too much and too overwhelming, then bring yourself back to your breathing. Stay with your breath for as long as you need to. Few more moments. Really allowing yourself to feel that care that you have for yourself. Maybe this short meditation is taking you to a place of quiet which you haven't had for a few days. And then start taking some deep breaths again. Deep inhalation. Deep exhalation. And as you exhale, really feel your body relax. And then we'll start grounding. So I want you to feel your energy, the energy of your body, move downwards into the ground. So moving down the body first of all, into the feet. And then from the feet, that energy moves down into the ground, into the layers of the earth. And as it moves down, it grows into roots. And these roots are strong like tree roots. And they help you ground. They help you connect with the earth, with nature. And allow those roots to move further and further into the ground, holding you to the earth. Grounding you, so keeping you in your inner strength, keeping you in your strong core when things around you are a little chaotic. And then when you're ready, when you're grounded, you can start being more aware of your breath again, and then aware of where you are. You can move your body a little, stretch a little, and then when you're completely aware, you can start opening your eyes, start being here in this space. And remember that whenever you need that grounding, to do it. So during the day, if it's very chaotic, if there's a lot going on, ground. Breathing and grounding is a self-care that I would say every day. It's an everyday self-care, really, especially as times are so fluid as they are at the moment, where things are changing so rapidly and you need to keep taking stock of things and really keep taking stock of yourself and how you're feeling, and ground a lot so that you can be in your core energy. You can move through that chaos. You don't have to be in that kind of that chaotic state. You can move through it. You can be a little bit more clear with your actions. Okay, my loves, I hope you enjoyed that. And let me know what you're going to do for your self-care. It could be that you're going to remind yourself to drink more water. Anything that you're going to do, let me know, and try and make these things into habits. So do something every day and start looking after yourself more. You need it. We all need it. Okay, take care. I'll see you very soon. Bye.